Deforestation not only destroys those natural resources I just talked about, but it destroys the habitats of these orange and black striped creatures here. Now I can see one. You're going to see it as I go down this hill, okay? It's in the left corner. He's going back and forth there, walking back and forth. You'll see his stripes moving there. I'm going to pull forward just so slowly in case he pops out a little bit more. And I'm going to make sure back of the bus that you guys get a view too, okay? So in here are our three Malayan tiger brothers. Their names are Connor, Sinta, and Barani, and they are products of careful collaboration. They are a result of our species survival program, which is a program pretty much like online dating for animals within AZA accredited places like our zoo, where we can match up different animals that are threatened or endangered in order for them to produce genetically and healthy offspring, so that we can help support their species population. Now we have another shot to see the tiger a little bit later on in our tour, so just go ahead and be a little patient with me because we're going to see if she's out today. Now we're going to keep our eyes to the right hand side here, and we're going to try to see our male river hippo in just a second, but we're going to look straight through these trees on the right, okay? And you're going to look for some orange and, or not orange, sorry, white and black stripes. It helps their young follow them in those heavily wooded areas. Believe it or not, they are closely related to giraffes rather than zebras because of their long 15-inch prehensile tongue. Okay, I see Otis, our river hippo. You'll only be able to see just the top of his head here. Look through this opening here, and then on the far left, you'll see what looks like a pink and brown floating rock. That is going to be Otis. He is our 4,000-pound ballerina there, as he is often found trotting through the bottom area of his river habitat.
Oh, look at that.
Even when they are as long as 15 inches long, which is great to grab onto those leaves high above them, but it's even long enough for them to use it to clean their nose, ears, and eyes, which is kind of gross, but a great fun fact for you. And let's see if we can see Otis really quick. Yeah. You look down and to the right, you see this giant crowd of people. That's where Otis is on the other side. Now that's definitely Otis actually helped produce as part of his species survival program a baby in 2020, and her name is Amashe. She's still here at our zoo. She is just on habitat every other day with her mom Funani, as she is still quite petite. When she was born, she was 70 pounds, so she has quite a lot to go before she can match up with her almost 4,000-pound parent. Go ahead and look down for me, okay? You're going to look down towards the river areas or towards the bushes, and you'll see some Allen swamp monkeys. Now, these monkeys are really avid fishermen, which is why you usually don't see them high up. You usually see them all the way down to the bottom. And they have webbed fingers that help them fish. And because of their love for fishing, they can often be seen playing with these spot-necked otters that live at the very bottom of that habitat. Really gets you on foot. And if you don't have a map, feel free to download our San Diego Zoo app. On the right-hand side of the bus, we're to the left for our Eagle Trail, which is where you can find some of our largest birds of prey on this planet. On the left-hand side, you might see or smell some flamingos, and those are just a different species of flamingos there. Now I want you guys, it's a little bit of a more difficult view, okay, but I'm going to point them out so I can see them. Look up and to the right where that rock is, and you're going to see our Andean condor. It is black and white in color. You can see, and they have a wingspan of about 10 feet wide, which makes them extra majestic there. And on the left-hand side, you're going to see our kangaroo bus stop. That is our kangaroo bus number 2. And that is one of 4 places you can hop on and off our double-decker buses today. Now you go about our tour. Now as we go up this hill, you're going to start to hear some more traffic out of the left-hand side of the bus, as we do run in parallel to Route 163. If you take that highway north for about 45 minutes up to Escondido, you will hit the other front door to our land, the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. The Safari Park is 18 times the size of our zoo here downtown today, so definitely make sure you have one day for the zoo and 1 day for the Safari Park, because you're going to want to see all they have to offer up there. They even have animals that are unique specifically to that location, like the platypus. That is the only place outside of Australia to find platypus on habitat. Let's see you look out to your right-hand side, the female Grevy's zebras, proceeding towards the farther backside of that habitat. And now zebras use their stripes to help evade predators. When they run together in large herds, those stripes actually confuse the predator's eyes, making it harder for them to focus on the moving zebra, helping these creatures evade becoming somebody else's tasty snack. We have some speech gazelles that they can look out for predators. Okay, you guys are going to be a little patient here with me. I'm going to pull over to the left-hand side because I do see a polar bear, okay? Now feel free to stand up, just do be prepared. And here we have 3 polar bears. We have 1 male and 2 females. Perfect, there you go. Right there in the middle. So if you're on the lower deck, you might need to scoot slightly behind your seat and then look out. The great horned antelope-like creatures, and at one point they were on the brink of extinction. Only about 17 of them were left in the wild, and they were saved not by researchers or scientists, but by normal farmers who realized their population was dwindling, and so they corralled them together, very much like cattle, to help them support their population and bounce back quickly. Okay, on the left-hand side, you're going to see southern garanups. Their names in Somali translate to giraffe necks, and that is because they reach above them to eat the leaves rather than bending down to eat the Elephant Odyssey side of our tour here. So we'll get back to on the left hand. You can take that back to the front of the zoo. It'll drop you off next to the exit in the middle of the Discovery Outpost. And just keep in mind a couple of things. As you guys get tired, that line will get longer as other guests also get tired. Habitat, they actually have multiple names in various languages. You might know them as cougar or puma in English. Let's see, I'm not quite seeing the mountain lions here. So we're going to keep going forward. Maned wolves. Now, our maned wolves are named Bravado and Isadora, and they are fox red in color. So despite their name Wolf, having to walk up a really big hill, that hill next to Route 163 that we got to drive up, and that hill is not fun, especially if you are tired or if you have a stroller with you. So much easier just to take the bus. On the left-hand side, our first creature, good guess. So they are actually related to elephants, and that is because their incisors or their teeth develop in a very similar way that elephants do. Born up at the safari park in Escondido. You'll often usually just find them lying around or taking a cat nap, and that is because they are crepuscular animals. This means they are only really active around dawn and dusk. But you got species of our Amazonia conservation. But once again, she's there uniquely a jaguar. They have this rosette or flower pattern where she has small dots in the middle and then a broken outline going around the edges. It helps differentiate her from things like a leopard. And then if we are able to see a leopard later on in our tour, I'll make sure to point out there are specific differences when we pass them by. And we're going to go through the Elephant Care Center, which is going to be this building and then the facility just directly to its left-hand side. Now, the Elephant Care Center is a place where we are able to give specialized care to our aging elephants in a way that is safe for them and safe for our animal care experts. They're often, oh, there's a big crowd, so I'm going to slow down. So their hands up towards their tusks and trunks. Oh, here we go. And secretary birds. I'm just going to be a little bit more quiet because we are still kind of close. These secretary birds are named Charlie and Stella, and they are the tallest birds of prey on our planet. Now, even though they're birds and they have those beautiful wings, they actually usually run after their prey, such as small mammals and venomous snakes. So in that Elephant Care Center, you notice that elephant has long ivory tusks. The only elephants at our zoo with tusks right now, the downtown zoo, are going to be our African elephants. And those are elephants that, whether or not they are male or female, they will have the long ivory tusks. And then the big floppy ears are also characteristic of African elephants. Food puzzle boxes or their hanging food bins there. And that allows the elephants to really think when they are trying to get a bite to eat and kind of just maintain their brains there. Okay, we are going to leave our Savannah Conservation. Second one here, give me 1 second. Now, these condors are known for their pink bald heads, and that bald head has a purpose. They have this bald head because they eat something called carrion, which is the rotting flesh of other animals. They don't actually hunt on anything. They just kind of pick up after everyone else and their leftovers, which got them the nickname the garbage men of the Southwest. Really well. So look just behind this tulip tree on the left-hand side on the rock. You see a meerkat standing on his hind leg. And now that's the sentinel. Eating as thin as a silver dollar. Burden in the U.S. Now plants are really important to our ecosystems and to our lives as humans. Fauna and its development directly, or flora directly affects fauna, and that then affects us as humans. So we got to make sure we're caring equally for plants as well as animals here. On our right hand side of the bus, you're going to see our baby giraffe today. Her name is Eleanor, and when she was born, she was 6'1" already, and that was in January, so she's grown quite a bit since then, but she is still the shortest one of her tower. Okay, we're going to go down Center Street here, which is really downhill. Also known as a spectacled bear. Not because we're going to keep going down here to see if we can find anyone else. I'm not seeing Batari yet, so we're going to keep going forward here. Maybe she'll pop out for y'all when you're on foot later on today. The American Grizzly Bear Brothers.